Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the HeroesCCL pre-show presented by Next Level Gaming. My name is Bahamut, joined by Justing, and we've got a bunch of clips for all of you at home from week number 3 of HeroesCCL to get you all ready to go into the upcoming weekend, as we have had that Memorial Day break. And of course, before we get into all of these amazing clips, we got to tell you all about Next Level Gaming. Next Level Gaming is a Miami-based esports center where you can play Heroes the Storm among 400 other pre-installed games that are updated daily. Next Level Gaming is also a Blizzard Cafe, which gives you some extra benefits for playing over at the Esports Cafe, like extra experience and all heroes being unlocked. Next Level Gaming has some amazing computers, some HP Omen PCs with Intel i7 processors, and RTX 3090 graphics cards. With such an amazing PC, you've got to have an awesome option for monitors. They've got two options for you over at Next Level Gaming. They've got a 24-inch monitor at 240 Hz and a 32-inch monitor at 144 Hz. Be sure to use nlg.gg/ccl in your web browser to find out all you can about Next Level Gaming. But of course, Justing and I are here not to talk about PCs or other video games. We are here to talk about Week 3 of HeroesCCL. And of course, Justing, are you ready to dive into Towers of Doom and break down everything that was Simplicity versus Diamond Hands?
Let's get into it. This was Simplicity up 20 to 5 shots, and Diamond Hands trying to stall into level 20 as safely as possible, and then they need to fight immediately at level 20, which they do go for. Gotfilth gets the light bomb in just a second here, and he blinks into the backline and hits this two-man sundering onto both of the backliners of Simplicity, instantly one-shotting the Tychus and the Lunara. Just a ridiculous engage. With 2 members down, Diamond Hands is able to just clean up the rest of the team fight. You have Diablo now falling as well for a 4 for 0. Just in a blink of an eye, off of an incredible engage with the light bomb and the blink from Thrall.
Oh man, that Thrall with the sundering in the backline was so great. Gave me chills when we were actually watching the game. We actually did have that, I believe, as the highlight of the day. But we've got many more highlights for all of you at home. We had Storm Esports go up against Chili Mountain up on Garden of Terror, and things were quite wild in this series, Justing.
Yeah, and the end of it was wild as well. We have a really scrappy back and forth engagement here where the 7-sided strike is used, and now you have an isolation coming out from Swamp Grotto, but nothing is going to be gained from that as they do trade the Gust for it. But Chili Mountain backing off, thinking that they're just going to be starting their night camp and just kind of having a smooth time here. But Storm Esports still has the Odin running, and they don't really want to stop fighting yet. So Storm Esports is going to jump in with Lauber, just barely getting onto the point just in time. The Mind Control comes out. The Flame Breath from Diablo doing a ton of damage, and Maka on the Lunara just instantly getting turned on and deleted by the side of Chili Mountain. And as soon as the Lunara dies, it's almost just GG for Storm Esports after that from the team fight. They lose all their damage on the front line. Dino has the epic mount instead of the Gust and jumps forward into the back line. He's now on to Lauber, and it's a 5 for 0 ace for Chili Mountain, able to close out the series 3-1.
It was a really close series, and I was kind of thinking Storm Esports could rally and take us to that illustrious game number 5 and a potential reverse sweep, but Chili Mountain shut things down on Garden of Terror, as you had mentioned. Really well played from Chili Mountain in week number 3. Excited to see what Storm Esports could rally and do in the upcoming weekend. But of course, we had Oxygen going up against Granite Gaming, and Granite Gaming, they've been scaling a little bit here, Justing, but I mean, we got to talk about the Saltarak Pass moment.
Yeah, the macro, the setup here for Oxygen was perfect as they're channeling the objective, and if Granite loses this, they lose the game, so they need to play really aggressively here to kind of force Oxygen off. Breeze on the Anubrak uses the Cocoon a little bit early onto Lunara, which when you're against a Genji with Dragon Blade, you'll see that this will come back to kind of haunt him later on in the team fight. You have Bad Benny on one side of the fight and Nick on the other side, who's going to start kind of splitting the fight. Quacknix blinks forward, but he's into a Dragon Blade Genji with the Ancestral on him, so he's pretty much invincible on that side of the fight, while Granite is trying to work on Bad Benny on the left side of the fight, who's also pretty invincible just because he's Johanna. He gets super low, while Nick on the Genji, that's fairly invincible with that Ancestral, is just tearing up the backline of Granite Gaming. Both their backliners go down to the Genji, and Bad Benny still just hardly alive. The engage from Granite Gaming just not quite enough, not quick enough with the macro setup from Oxygen, and they just clean up the fight off of a really nice just macro setup, playing around that objective and forcing Granite to sort of take a fight a little bit quicker than they'd like.
What I also love is right at the end, you can see Lunara starting to channel the objective. They've got a clear-cut way to end the game, but it's like, maybe we should get objective as well and just really seal the deal. But a really well-played series from Oxygen up against Granite Gaming. Now, we're going to be getting into Wildheart Esports versus 30K, and we actually have 2 clips from the exact same map because there was just so much chaos, so much cool moments in this series, and it was kind of like the highlight of the weekend. A lot of us were looking forward to it. So, Justin, can we break down this first Curse Hollow moment, this boss moment, if you will?
Yeah, this is a weird situation here for Wildheart. They're trying to get the boss before 30K can rotate, and you have Haben on the Murden kind of trying to just anchor in the brush here, trying to slow them down. The Stormbolt does go wide, and Cure is kind of already behind the Murden. He blinks onto the point with the dash. He gets the Light Bomb. Mason Blaze is trapped in the corner. Liam bounces into the boss point and gets stunned by the boss, but he's able to take that in exchange for getting the CC onto Mason Blaze on the Sylvanas. Rhaegar also gets deleted by Madara on the backline on the Chromie, and they end up trading 3 for 1. Liam sacrifices himself on the Hogger, but Wildheart trades 3 for 1 and gets the boss, so it's kind of an even trade overall. Just a weird situation where one team's prioritizing boss and one team's prioritizing the team fight.
And it was a really shining moment for Wildheart as well in the series. It kind of seemed like they could rally. They did steal the boss. They lost a little bit, but stealing that boss did give them a little bit of macro alleviation to some of the oppression that 30K is just constantly putting on Curse Hollow. But you talked about bounces here, Justing, from Liam on Hogger, and in the next clip, we asked Liam about these bounces, and he's like, "Oh no, like it's kind of just luck." But realistically, this clip, it doesn't seem like luck with the way that 30K played it.
Yeah, this whole clip is just wild from all of the 30K members. You have Cure with his E, which looks like it's going to go over the wall, but doesn't. The Hanzo arrow just hardly doesn't connect onto 3. It just hits just Cure. And you have Legacy using both of his pulls to full effect. You have the Blessed Shield come out as the blink into the backline with the X Strike and the Light Bomb just deletes Rhaegar in 1 millisecond as Liam is tearing up the backline as well. He's ready for them when they come out of the bunker, and it's just a split fight here with Liam on the Hogger and Cure on the Genji, just completely ripping Wildheart apart, splitting up the fight over and over again, and Liam again bouncing into the backline, just soloing out members with that Hogger spin, while Cure creates chaos in the backline. Just really good coordination between Legacy with the Light Bomb, Cure on the Genji, and Liam on the Hogger.
We had some fantastic moments from all of these teams in week number 3 of HeroesCCL, and we've got a lot more coming up in the upcoming weekend here on the broadcast. Here on HeroesCCL June 4th, we're going to be seeing 2 awesome best of 5s. Granite Gaming will be going up against Storm Esports, and Diamond Hands up against Wildheart. What's the standout matchup for you here, Justing?
I'm definitely most excited for Diamond Hands and Wildheart. Both of these teams just have crazy standings right now, as they're both in the top 3. Both of these teams are going to be really looking at this match to try to get ahead of the other one in the standings, as the matches against teams that are close to you really start to count as the season progresses. So Diamond Hand versus Wildheart, both these teams could take the whole season, so that's definitely the match for me to watch.
Locking in that top 3 before the playoffs is always very important, but I do have to point out, between Storm Esports and Granite Gaming, one of these teams will find their first victory here on HeroesCCL. On CCL June 5th, we're going to be having 2 more amazing best of 5s for all of you at home. We're going to be looking at Chili Mountain versus Simplicity and 30K versus Oxygen. I feel like I can guess which one is your standout matchup here, Justing, but of course, which one is the one that you're most looking forward to?
30K versus Oxygen has got to be the standout match. 30K sitting 3-0 right now, the NA Super Team, as it's been called, and Oxygen, kind of the team to look out for from Europe. What we heard in the power rankings, that Oxygen and Chili Mountain were sort of the European powerhouses, the rivals across the ocean there. So it'll be interesting to see if NA or EU is gonna come out on top. Really excited to see how that one turns out.
It's everyone's favorite storyline on the internet. We're going to have that rivalry continuing throughout the season of HeroesCCL. Thanks for joining Justing and I for the Week 4 preview for HeroesCCL. If you think we missed any videos or there are any better clips out there, by all means, leave a comment below, add us on Twitter. You know how to bug us on the internet. I also encourage you to check out our other social media pages, the Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, of course, and, well, YouTube. While you're here, hit that subscribe and ring that bell. We'll be sure to do more of these in the future, and until then, be sure to click on the next video right here. Do it.